Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancillon. I thought I'd come and send blessings and greetings to you today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to discuss a few things. First, I wanted to say that anything that is said is only a point of view. It's only an angle. It's only a part of one's consciousness. Yet there are an incalculable number of perception. Yet what is being communicated on the earth is usually in a consciousness that is dualistic rather than unify. And so when you present a unity consciousness ideas, it is rather a big shift in relationship to all that is being said. So when someone is not yet willing or able to comprehend such a radical evolution in consciousness, then there is no need for anyone to try to push on any ideas such as karma or eternal law of cause and effect. All those things can only come into one's consciousness once we are ready to understand it. For in a sense, there is no good or bad. Everything is just one. Everything is love. Yet there are those things that accelerate our frequency and those things that slow it down, things that lead us towards joy and happiness, and those other things that lead us towards pain and suffering. So in essence, there is no, they may not be good or bad, but they are high and low, they are pure and impure, they are heavy and light. There are those things that are vulgar and those things that are subtle and refined. So all of it is just a matter of level of consciousness. So everybody is exactly where we need. We are exactly where we need to be, and so there is no need for judgment of any kind. For it is about allowing ourselves to be who we are and to allow others to be who they are. For in essence, when we come to the realization of the need for or the desire, the inspiration to move into something else, something new, we are also connecting to that. To our soul and spirit guide, so we move into a more unified field of consciousness. Yet we know that those polarities will still be there. But as we understand the cosmic law, we are somewhat being moved into a new level where the law does not affect us in the same way. So it is all about we have to be patient and perseverant. For it is a great undertaking to move from the third dimension into the fifth. I was talking about cleansing, mostly about coffee, but in essence, it is for me. The key is to listen to your own body, to your own intuition, to your own guidance, to know what you need to do. There is nothing right or wrong. Once again, and for me, coffee is just because. For instance, I'll use myself as an example. From the age of 15 to the age of 35, I used to drink alcohol from 5 in the afternoon to 5 in the morning every day. I was part of the nightlife, and it was just part of my lifestyle. And I used to drink coffee as well. But eventually, at some point, alcohol became disagreeable with me, so I let it go. I had no merit in relationship to doing that because it became extremely uncomfortable. But I kind of augmented my dosage of coffee. And I realized that after I drink 30 cups of coffee, it kind of stresses me out. So I wanted to let it go, just to be able to calm down, to not be always on the edge, so to speak. But sometimes we do need a bit of adrenaline to move us forward. And so, but now it's like I have like 2 coffee in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and so, but it's still like something I want to do because my body is saying that to let it go for 2-3 months, 6 months maybe, just so that I can see on the other side of it and to realize that. And to realize that none of those things, when you do a purification period, it is only temporary. You remove everything. You make an act of self-love in relationship to your health and your body. And then once you achieve that neutrality, that state of naturalness, that state of health, then you may want to reincorporate any of those things. There is nothing wrong with it. It's just a matter of personal preference and everything in moderation, of course. When it comes to space travel, interdimensional travel, all those things can be. You can space travel when you drink coffee, when you smoke pot, when you smoke cigarettes, but you cannot do it if you drink alcohol. Alcohol will prevent the projection. It just doesn't work. Yet we have to be clear about also what we when we do that, the more clear we are, the more pure we are, the easier it is to travel in the universe in interdimensional planes. I remember a few years ago, there was through a medium, there was a commander of a starship that invited all those who were watching this video to say, well, if you want, we'll invite you all up, so you have an experience inside our ship, and we'll be able to sense this experience, sense this energy of the higher planes. We'll determine a time, and at this time we'll assist you in bringing you up to the ships. And the commentary of one of the person that commented was like, well, how long will be the trip? Should I take 10 packs of cigarettes, or should I take 30 packs of cigarettes with me for this trip? And so we got to understand, in the higher planes we cannot take those sorts of luggage. It is not part of what is happening up there, and those things are very small. They don't even exist. They're just tools that we use on the earth. So we have to remove ourselves from judgment, yet we need to move forward, to move towards something that is more free, because as a smoker I know that I'm not as free as if, I mean, it occupies some space within my mind whenever I feel like smoking, even if I'm an ex-smoker. And whenever there is this thought, it occupies some space within my mind, so I want to clear up all those memories so that I can just move forward and let it go. I wanted to pull out a few cards. I hope this was interesting for you. Basically I wanted to, because I've been speaking about cleansing, but cleansing is we channel from the heart, from the intention, and that is really what matters. It is not our physical habits. Those are just accessories. It is the purity of the heart that is the intention that is the most powerful. I also wanted to say, when I speak of divine love, I don't speak of a sentimental love. I don't speak of emotion. It is heartily beyond that. It is something it is a force that is present in all things, that supports all things, and that makes all things vibrate in frequency from the lowest to the highest. Everything exists because of that love frequency that the Creator produces eternally. If He would stop for even 1 second, the whole universe would disappear. Nothing would exist. And so if there is judgment, it comes from our soul. It does never come from Source. Source is absolutely in a loving perception. And so although as the Creator, it operates through the law of evolution, so that we don't stagnate, and so sometimes there is a necessity to be pushed further, and so we have to accept that things may change, and not to hold on to the past, to move on to something new, and to know that there is always something better that can be awaiting us on the other side of whatever effort we make when it comes to perfecting ourselves, to open ourselves to love and compassion, or to become more lucid. As those things grow within ourselves, we are expanding into higher realms of perceptions. And so what is the highest wisdom that we need to understand today is the effort. What is the effort that we need to make in order to achieve what we need to achieve? What do we need to understand? We need to understand action. Action is what we need to understand. There is no need to wait for action. Action is always happening in the now. What is it we need to do? We need to create. We need to create. Creation is very important. When we focus on the creation, we are not in the past, we are not in the future, we are in the now. And so all creative actions are actually very positive. Of course, we always seek to create things that do not do harm to anybody else, of course, if at all possible. And the general message that we have to receive for us today is surrender. Surrender is to let go of all, to have trust, to have faith, to allow those things to flow out of our life, and to allow those things to flow into our life naturally, without efforts, without resistance. And so that is the general message for us today. I hope this message was interesting for you. I will finish with a little song that speaks about most of the problems, the song says all of the problem, but most of the problem will resolve themselves if we don't butt into them. If we allow, within all of things within nature, and we are part of nature, there is a natural order and resolution of things. Things always turn out right. Of course, if we have a pebble in our shoes, it is better to stop, to remove the pebble, rather than to expect that it will remove itself without us having to remove it. But the song is very much about the wisdom of allowing the nature and things to take care of all the problems will take care of themselves. It's called Let It Be. It goes like this. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Namaste.